Have you ever made a mistake as an entrepreneur? Wow. Entrepreneurship is a life story, is a journey. It's not what they teach in the school. This is practical, where sometimes you make mistake, you cry, and you laugh at yourself. Today we'll be looking at 10 mistakes entrepreneurs make, and I'll be sharing a whole lot about my mistakes with you. Stay tuned. Now I want you to do something. Subscribe on our channel, click the notification button so that when we post the next video, you'll be the first to know. And don't forget to share with your friends. This is TLI community. We talk about entrepreneurship. We want to have an entrepreneur in every home. Would you help us to achieve that? Thank you. Hello and welcome to today's Leaders International, where we talk about how to make, manage and multiply your money and how to grow as an entrepreneur. Yeah, start a business, grow a business and scale the business. Today we'll be looking at 10 mistakes entrepreneurs make. Have you ever made mistakes? I've made a lot. Yes, the first 5 I'll be talking about myself, and the next 5 I'll talk about general mistakes. So, the first one is a wrong team. As an entrepreneur, your team matters. You need to be very selective in the team that works with you. When I started I've done a lot of businesses. I started as a freelancer, so I was doing my stuff myself. Then I went on to employ maybe one staff, to help. I got a small office. But when I wanted to set up the NGO and the online academy, we needed to expand more, so I needed more staff. Well, we actually starting from network marketing, so I actually brought in some of the people that has worked with me, and I didn't bring in professionals, and of course it affected the business. So now I have to go back to and go and do my own work very well. So now I'm working with professionals. Working with the wrong team will not work well for your business. Your business cannot grow if you don't have the right people in the right places. So as a business owner, when you want to get on board your team, you make sure that you have the right people in the right place. If you're not set, maybe you don't have the money to pay them yet, you may want to just hold on. Once you have the money to pay, then you need to go. When you're employing, you make sure that you're employing the right staff, the right person. If you're doing your human resources, make sure the right person is there. If you're any part of your structure, make sure you have the right people in the right place, and that would help your business to really grow very fast. Number 2 will be not having enough money or doing the wrong calculation. I believe that you can actually start a business if you're starting alone without any money. You can actually start with no capital. There are a lot of businesses you can start. I teach young people business they can do without capital. But once you decide to expand and you have an office and you need to employ people, you need to make sure that the money is there. As a CEO, as an entrepreneur or a CEO of an organization, you want to see that there is enough money in the pocket, enough money somewhere. So you must take care of the numbers. You must ensure that you keep having the money, because once you start employing people overheads, you need to pay salary. You start running the business. I tell people when I come to my office, when I'm paying salary, I don't mind, because they have done their work, so I need to pay them. But when I'm buying diesel, I don't like to buy diesel. So when I get to the office and there's no power, it gives me a lot of headache. If I want to spoil my mood, just let power go in my office, because I just look, especially for my country, Nigeria, I just look at the way the power issue is a big issue. The fact that as an entrepreneur, you spend part of your profit in buying diesel. It's so annoying, but that's it for you. Especially if you run business in a place like Nigeria, you have these unnecessary expenses that will be coming in. So you must ensure that money, that number is there. So make sure the money is there, enough money to run things. You must put that money aside. So if you don't have enough money, it will hamper your business. And that's my number 2 mistake. Don't think that you can just go start a business and you won't have the money there. you need to put some money aside. That's why some people talk about your savings, and so you need to put some money aside actually, or ensure that that business is generating profit and have money aside. Number 3 is investment mistakes. As a business owner, you need to have some investments set aside. For me, I love to pay my salary from our investment and not even from the profit of the business. So what I do is, once the business start making profit, I put the profit in some investment. Then I pay salary from that investment. I love it to run it that way. That way, I don't even feel the headache of paying salary. Just last week, we did a training. It's called the Money Place. So you need to watch it. I'm going to put the link below. It's titled The Money Place. You need to watch that video. And it was a live Zoom event. It was so interesting when we talk about how to raise capital for your business. And I told people about how I raise capital for my business. I'm not going to give you all the hints. I told them different ways I raise capital for my business. Like I said, go watch the video. However, one of them is investment. I use investment to raise capital for my business. In every business, there are times there will be no business because the money will not be coming in. There may be no sales. So what do you have to fall on? You need to fall on your investment. But sometimes we make investment mistakes. I remember we just started TLI. I was paying salary after 3 months. 2 places where I put money, because I knew that, okay, since it's a startup, I may have to be the one to fund for like 6 months to 1 year. I've already had that in plan. 2 places I put my investment close up. Online investment close up. It was tough. It was crazy. I almost ran like, what am I going to do? I had to do what I could do as a CEO. And what did I do? I had to lay off some of my staff. So investment mistake can actually hamper your business. So even though investment is good for you as an entrepreneur, I encourage you to do investment so that you have something to fall on. You need to be very careful. Very careful indeed, because there are some investments you can go into and it can actually, if you lose the money, it can actually just, help. You can just help your business to go under. So you can just see that you don't have money to run the business again, and that means that your business will close up, and that's not good for you. So be careful of where you put your money. Investment is good, but you need to be very careful. Number 4 will be overwhelming yourself. A lot of entrepreneurs, when we are starting, we actually do overwhelm ourselves. Okay, for instance, when I had to lay off my staff, the other ones that were left, I told them that I started thinking of, okay, making them stakeholders, and they were not on salary. However, it's not the same. You don't get the same commitment from people who you're not paying salary. It's not the same. So for me, I prefer to pay salary and get my commitment. If you don't perform, I let you go. I get another person. That's my own person. I overworked myself. Yes. And that can be really, really crazy. It's not okay to overwhelm yourself. You can't do everything alone as an entrepreneur. A lot of entrepreneurs. I was talking to a young chap one time. I had a business and he said the business failed. And I said, what happened? He said he was doing a production business. He just started doing production, but he found that he was the only one. He was doing the production, he was doing everything, the marketing, the selling. And I said, are you working yourself? It's not doable for you to be the only one. Even as an influencer, even as a freelancer, when I was just doing my thing with my blog and writing and teaching people, I had a virtual staff. I had a virtual staff that was even answering my social media, my Facebook and all that. So it's not something you can do alone. You can never run a business alone, especially when you start expanding. Okay, now we have an office. Would I be the receptionist? No, it's not going to be easy. So you need to bring in hands. If you overwhelm yourself, at a time you will get bored and you will not be able to continue. I have seen people who close their business because they are overwhelmed. They also, I have my life to live. This business cannot come and kill me. I don't want to die. So let me live my life. I'd rather be alive than be in business. So let me just be. So I'm saying to you, do not overwhelm yourself. You need to get people to help you. It could be virtual staff. I had a lot of virtual staff at the time. As right now, we still even do remote. Some of our staff are working remotely. They work from home. So you can actually cut your costs by doing what? By outsourcing. Number 5 for me is not getting your model right. When I started TLI, like I said, it was a network marketing business we started, and people were learning, and all you had to pay was just $25 one time, lifetime. Don't ever have to pay again. It was dumb. That was a dumb model for us, because we've not even done 6 months before we found out that we have made a mistake. So we quickly had to start with modeling. Of course, that's cost us a lot of money. For instance, our website alone was like $12,000, because I gave that website to the Indians, and that website is coming down now. It's coming down because we had to change the model. So now we're changing the model to affiliate marketing. We're doing like $25 per annum. In fact, then we gave 50 courses. So like people just relax. I'm here forever. I can come to the class when I like now. I'm here forever. So now we are reducing the cost drastically to like just 5, so that we can sell the other courses as a standalone courses. So we now had to remodel. We had to go back to our. So sometimes when you start a business, you can actually make mistake in your model. There's nothing wrong in going back. There's nothing wrong in going to change the model. You don't have to stay with the wrong model. As a business person, profit, you must think of your profit. You must think of sustainability, and the only way that if you must think of profit, you must think of sustainability, because you need to pay your staff, you got expenses to run, you got to pay even for your rent, you got to pay for diesel. So you need to run your business profitably. So if you have a model that didn't work, just change it. Change the model. And that's what we are doing right now in TLI. Now I want you to do something. Subscribe on our channel. Click the notification button so that when we post the next video, you'll be the first to know. And don't forget to share. Share with your friends. This is TLI community. We talk about entrepreneurship. We want to have an entrepreneur in every home. Would you help us to achieve that? Thank you. Yeah, I've just spoken about my experience, these 5 mistakes I have made in my business. Now I'm going to talk about 5 mistakes entrepreneurs do generally, the ones I've observed and the ones that I've coached, I've consulted for some of the things, some of the mistakes they have shared with me. The fear of starting. Many entrepreneurs are waiting for all the lights to be green. They want everything to be perfect before you start. My advice is, do not wait till all the lights are green. I remember myself I remember when I started writing my books. I have 3 books now. When I started writing my books, my husband used to tell me that, which English do you want to use to write? My husband is a perfectionist, don't mind him. But I always tell him that, what is the role of editors? What is the role of proofreaders? So when I finish writing my book, of course, I give to the proofreaders, I give to the editors. And I have a perfect book, like almost perfect book, right? So I have 3 books now. I write my English, then I send to the proofreader, I send to the editor. The same thing happened in your business life. Who told you you're going to get it right at once? Even if you have all the lights being green, who told you won't make mistake in business? Like I shared my experience. I had started a business, I had a wrong model. I'm changing the model. Coca-Cola, I don't know. Some of us saw Coca-Cola. When I saw, in fact, that picture used to encourage me. When they were starting, you need to see, how it was when Coca-Cola that is known all over the world now. You need to see how it was when it was starting. So the same thing for you. Just go out there. You already have the skill, which is something we talk about, right? You have the basics. So maybe next week we're going to talk about the basics, the things you need before you start a business. I think I will do that. Things you need to know before you start a business. So just know the basics. When you know the basics, go out there and start your business and learn while you've started the business. Number 7 is pricing. As an entrepreneur, never be involved in a price war. That's one of the things I learned from my mentor, Dr. Sonny Obazo Jagbase. He told me, do not be involved in a price war. You see, what do I mean? When somebody is starting a business, maybe you're starting to want to sell provision around a place, or you want to sell, you have a bookshop, or you want to be a fashion designer. Some people, the way they know, the lesson they know, what they have learned is to bring down the prices so that they'll be very competitive. So when you do that, your competitor will do what? Also reduce. So God help you, go and try that with a big company. They just slash their price by half and you're gone. Nobody will remember you. So do not do that. It's a wrong entrance into the market. What you need to do is to add value. What can I add? What value can I add? What change can I bring in? What can I do that will make me stand out? That's what you should ask yourself. In TLI, when we're starting out, we found out we have many competitors in this. So we looked at what can we do, and we started by first making noise with our NGO so that people get to know us before we now make the main entrance into the market with the TLI skills. So you need to know, what can I bring? What can I do? What value can I add to what is already existing? Don't ever engage in price war. Come in as a much more valuable person. Let people know you for value, and those who understand value will come to you and will stay with you. Number 8 is not knowing how to sell. I said I was going to do the basics, what you need to start a business, in the next video, because one of the things you need to know before you start a business is learning how to sell. If you're in business, what are you doing in business? You're either selling a product or you're selling a service. So it's so important that you know how to sell. You can't be in business and be running away from selling. You're the best salesperson for your business. The best salesperson for your business. So it is important that you learn how to sell. If I have any training, whether it's free, whether it's paid, it's on marketing. Today I just paid $400. Just today, before I came to this office, I just paid $400 to someone who wants to teach us personal branding. Branding is part of marketing. So he said, I'm going to help you rebrand and repackage. And I said, good enough, let me pay for this course. So I just paid. So for me, I pay for training on marketing. I buy books on marketing. I get coaches on marketing. I get consultants. Just tell me about marketing, and if I see that you're good, I want to work with you, because I know the importance of marketing, importance of selling. Look, if you're a business owner, if you're not selling your product, if you have a product or service and it's not selling, you close shop eventually. You will close shop eventually. That business will go eventually, because what's going to sustain you? Why are you in business? It's about you selling that product or service, selling much more that can take care of your expenses. So guys, you need to learn how to sell before you start. However, do not get me wrong, I said do not wait for all the lights to be going. So you're starting a business, you're not so good in selling. Immediately you start your business, start learning it. Just like I said, I do everything. I read 10 books, 6 are on marketing. So even when you know how to sell before you start the business, it's an ongoing thing. It's continuous. There's no end to learning about marketing. You must, because marketing itself as a skill can change. Before, we didn't have digital marketing, but now digital marketing has taken over. It's far more, it even pays more than traditional marketing. So guys, you need to continue to learn. When it comes to marketing and selling, you need to continue to learn how to, your accounting, your operations, you want to keep them static if you wish to, but when it comes to selling and marketing, you can't afford to be static. You have to continue to learn, okay? Very important. Number 9, not seeking more knowledge. When I do some trainings, one of the questions I ask is, if I give you the knowledge on how to make more money, or I give you money, which would you go for? Of course, the answer is always knowledge. If you're an entrepreneur, there is no end to knowledge. You must go out there, go for training, learn what is happening in your industry, what is happening in your field. How can you collaborate with others? For me, I tell people it's more of collaboration than competition now, especially in this 21st century. I love to collaborate with people who are willing, who are ready. So it's about collaboration. So how can you, what can you do with others? How can you network? Something that you do to help grow your business. Just with yesterday we posted that we wanted an executive director for our NGO. We're looking for an executive director, and someone said to me, I'm a consultant, I can help you grow your NGO. And I said, for what cost and everything, and we discussed. Just yesterday, do you know, I engaged the person to help me grow my NGO. He also has his own NGO, but he said, this is what I've done, this is what I've done, I can help you do this, blah, blah. And I said, okay, this guy can actually help us. And I engaged him. I paid him for his service, and we have started the journey already. So I'm talking about collaboration. It's talking about you not being complacent, not thinking that you know it all. An entrepreneur, you need to, at some point, unlearn and relearn, because there's something new out there for you to learn, and you can't know it all. Nobody is a fountain of knowledge. That is why you go out there, you read books. In my organization, we have one book a month. For members of TLI, we have a book a month. Just read. Great time. It's not easy to read again. For me, I don't find it easy to read again, but I listen to the audio books. I watch YouTube, but man, nothing compares to that simulation when you are reading. I love to read. There's this simulation, you can put yourself in the heart of the person, of the author. So I love to read. So you need to learn through reading, go for trainings. You can invite people to come and coach you, so work with a lot of consultants. Just make sure you're seeking knowledge continuously. You can't afford to stop that. It's a journey, it's a lifelong journey. Number 10 is wrong partners and investors. As you're starting your business, some of us, we want to work looking for money. In the process of money, I've told you how I get money to continue to run my business. And I said it in a video, the money place, right? So you need to go get that video. This is the second time I'm referring to that video. That's where I raise my money, and it's been peaceful for me. It's been working for me, okay? But some people, you need to approach investors. If you get the wrong investors into your business, it may be an issue for you. There we have some investors that are sleeping partners. We have some that are active partners. You want to take a critical look of what you really want. Do you want sleeping partners? I remember a friend of mine, when he started his own business, his own, network marketing far before mine. So when we were starting us, I now told him some of the things I was doing and how I'm able to raise funds. And I said, love, I wish I had listened to you, or have come to consult with you before I started mine. He said, I actually use investors, and now that and they are all sleeping investors, I do all the work, I do all the travel, and they will share from it. I just wish I didn't approach them. I wish I'm not sharing my profit with any of those guys. So it's not an easy thing for you as a CEO to do all the running around, and you have some people who are sleeping. It's good if you don't have money and you need to get your business started. So at least they have helped to get your business started, so you can actually do appreciate them. But I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially like I spoke about being overwhelmed. So at the time wondering, we have all these people and I'm still the only one doing all these things. My dear, it's not an easy thing to think about. So you want to think about it. Which investors do you need? Do you want active investors in your company? Do you want sleeping investors? I remember also when I was having issue with one of my staff said, Madam, can we get investors? Can we get others to invest? And I said, no, I actually do not have issue with money generally. The issue I had was the money I wanted to be using to pay the staff. The source I wanted it from has closed. So some staff actually go. For me, actually, it was a good thing because I had that experience. Because, of course, as a business owner, like I always tell you, when you make mistake, learn to laugh at yourself, learn to scold yourself. So for me, I was stupid in my first set of hiring of staff. I was dumb. So when that source stopped, it was perfect for me to take a look at who is doing what in my organization and who should go. And it was a good thing I took that decision. In fact, for me, it was a blessing that happened. Really. It was a blessing it happened. So I had to let the staff that were not really contributing to the growth of the company, I had to let them go. So investors are very important in because we need to raise money, we need to scale our business. As a business owner, you want to raise money, you want to scale your business. So, but if you go with the wrong investors, they can actually frustrate your business. So you need to take a critical decision before you get an investors in. Also partners. A lot of people talk about partnership and let's partner. A lot of businesses have failed because of wrong partners. A lot of businesses have failed because one partner did not do what he's supposed to be doing. So you also want to, partnership, they say, is like marriage. So if you don't agree, what happened? So you need to find partners is good if you want to go that route. And before you start any partnership, you need to get your lawyers involved. You need to look at the exit plan. The exit plan is very important. What do we do if this marriage don't work? If it didn't work, what are we supposed to be doing? So you need to discuss it with your partners and the exit point where you need to take. For instance, I told you when I couldn't pay. For instance, I told you when I couldn't pay my staff, I had to turn some of them. I said, okay, let's do stakeholders, and the business actually still didn't work because you still have people who, all the commitments are still there because they're not being paid. So that's even not is not is a no-go area. So because when I wanted to now start, when we were remodeling TLI and TLI 2.0, what I did was to say, I'm sorry, at this point I don't need stakeholders again. We are not going to be able to continue this. Let's start all over again. So those who can be stakeholders, if I still want, I will let you know. So what I did was to now say, okay, now we have the money, we can start paying salary. People who want to wait should wait, staff. But we also got new members in. We got new staff in so that we can take TLI to the next level. So that's why we call it TLI 2.0, and TLI 2.0 has to go to the next level. So guys, you need to give it a critical thinking. You need to do your analysis before you bring in a partner or you bring in investors into your business, because if you get it wrongly, it can help your business to close very fast. Hello, this is Love Oladele, your friend. Some people call me the queen of internet business, and some like to call me the honorable minister of wealth creation. By the time we get close, you can call me your own. Now I want you to do something. Subscribe on our channel, click the notification button so that when we post the next video, you'll be the first to know. And don't forget to share with your friends. This is TLI community. We talk about entrepreneurship. We want to have an entrepreneur in every home. Would you help us to achieve that? Thank you.